was Vian getting ready for her big day, but smile or happiness was nowhere to be found. It was enforced marriage, and that too with a guy she hated. I'm sorry that I can't do anything, but remember, God never let happen bad things to good people. Then why am I in this situation? It's all God's plan, and you have to trust Him. I don't have any hopes anymore. She finally caught up, controlling her tears, and saw her abusive, selfish father enter the bedroom. Let's go. Ignoring the urge of crying brutally, she walked outside with her father like an emotionless doll. The door opened, revealing one of the most beautiful brides ever that everyone's eyes stuck to her, but there was a guest who forgot how to breathe. The Mafia king K.TH found himself speechless. With her every step through the aisle, his eyes were moving too and capturing her smallest details to his eyes. He was just there as a powerful presence, but his heart situation was now upside down. He was mentally, physically, wholeheartedly obsessed with the bride at first sight. What will happen if I kill that groom right here, right now? What? His right hand, more like a brother, had a surprised look but unaware from the gravity of the situation, while Taeyang's whole attention was on Vian. Nothing happens because I am the Kim Taeyang. A smirk formed on his devilish handsome face while Vian's hand slided in her groom's filthy hold. Leave her hand. Everybody's attention diverted to his dominant authoritative voice, including Vian. Those innocent moistened eyes possessed him even more, and he finally stepped near them. No one stopped him because they don't have courage nor they had audacity. If you don't take your hands off in the next seconds, then you won't have hands. The groom immediately left her hand, being scared and confused. What's wrong, Mr. Kim? I want to marry her. Silence consumed the atmosphere while their eyes glued to each other. And if anyone has an object, then I will arrange coffins from them as my condolence. Mr. Kim, she is my fiancée. I love her. You love your life too, Mr. Khan, isn't it? Silence, only pure silence from his side. His so-called love was not powerful enough to fight like a man, but stepped back. Why are you doing this? Taeyang stepped near her and admired the scared beauty from too close. Surely it's not in my plan, but here I am. I don't have any prop. Her father was surely had a hunger of money and power, but Taeyang, one sharp glare, stuck his words inside his throat. Why me? Why anyone else when you exist and too in my heart? Not finding important to ask her consent, he demanded priest to start the wedding ceremony. She didn't know why she was kept silent about the marriage. Maybe the previous one also a forced one, and no one tried to know what she wanted. After wedding vows, finally priest announced them as a husband and wife, and now Taeyang was so close to her, ready to capture her lips, but dropping the idea, he kissed her forehead. Welcome to my life, Mrs. Kim Taeyang. His intimidating eyes, his deep low voice surely filled her body with goosebumps. She was sitting on the bed while tears streaming down. Nothing had changed but her groom, and she had no expectations from him either. Soon the room door opened, revealing Taeyang, and he came inside, closing the door behind. He saw her wiping her tears and got up to face him. Go ahead. What? Stop acting like you don't understand that you are freaking here too. He stepped towards her, but she didn't move back, and her arms were held by him. I don't want anything from you tonight but your comfort. More tears streaming down, that Taeyang pulled her into a warm hug and bent down with her to the floor. The care and warmth she was needed were given by Taeyang. You are not in the wrong hands, Vian. The promise I gave your mother to cherish and protect you was from my heart. He kept caressing her hair gently until she was calmed down, so her negative and horrible thoughts. Go and fresh up. don't have clothes. From now, wear mine. Tomorrow, I will arrange everything for you. She nodded and Taeyang gave his shirt and pants to her, which she took before moving inside the bathroom. She looked herself through the mirror like a mess and removed the clothes from her body. Opening the warm shower, she let herself drench and drown in her thoughts. You have to trust God's plan. I want to marry her. Why anyone else when you exist and too in my heart? Welcome to my life, Mrs. Kim Taeyang. I don't want anything from you tonight but your comfort. Everything was going in her mind like a movie, and his words surely comforted her. She changed her clothes, but it was too big for her. She hesitantly stepped out and found him smiling when his eyes caught her. What's wrong? You're looking so cute. They are too big. It's just a night matter. Now sleep. She went to the bed since Taeyang settled himself on the couch and both of them slept peacefully. What? Married to a bride. Wow. His big brothers have a look of disbelief while Taeyang was maintaining his cold aura. His soft side was only reserved for his wife. If she loves that guy, she don't. And how do you know? Her eyes were like an open book that I can read her emotions easily. Jin and Namjoon shared a glance to each other, then Taeyang. Treat her good then. Mom always told us to treat women with respect, no matter what. Hyung, I know everything, and I will definitely treat her like a queen, my queen. His words held love and affection which didn't go unnoticed by the duo, and they left the office. He dialed number to the head maid of the mansion. Good evening, Mr. Kim. Good evening. Is she okay? Did you arrange her essentials? Mrs. Kim is fine and now in the garden area. About the essentials, I have arranged everything according to her taste. Good, take care of her. He cut the call and turned on the laptop to see his beauty. She was having tea while drowned in her thoughts. Shit, she's upset. He didn't know what to do make her feel good, but an idea came to his mind. Finally, we are here. He placed her on the wooden chair and stretched his arms in the air since she was in his arms for an hour due to a twist of ankle. I'm sorry. I'm fine, Mrs. Kim, and good thing you are so light. He passed his boxy smile while sitting beside her, and she smiled too. This week after marriage, Taeyang took her for a forest campaign as it was her one of the wish, and he got to know this from her mother. Throughout the 7 days, the relationship of them grew as a good friend, and she was enjoying his company to his care and silent love language. By the way, how are you now? Is your ankle still hurting? It's still painful, but not that much. She assured then had the dinner in the moonlight made by him. He was an amazing cook and she enjoyed his handmade food this week. The fire was lightning, the moon was shining brightly, the air was cold and breezy, and the couple was laying on the back and looking at the full moon. This week was wonderful. Thank you so much. It's my responsibility to make you happy because your happiness is directly my happiness. A small smile came across her lips, but she hid it immediately. In my entire life, I never go out like this freely and enjoy, but now I created so many memories. Your father must be care about your safety. She scoffed bitterly like a painfully. Care and her father sounded like an impossible combination. What's wrong? Didn't he treated you well? He did, but with his restrictions and rules. It must be suffocating. It was that I felt like running away and living a normal life with my own will and wishes. A loner tear slipped from her eyes, which ached his heart and mind wrought Lee's death in thousands of ways. But I didn't have that much courage and let him control me. She finally looked at him as his hesitant hand held her fingers and with the other one wiped her tears gently. I don't know how to console someone with words, but I can promise you that your happiness, your wish, your dream would be the first priority for me, no matter what. Their eyes were glued to each other and so did their fingers. I did one mistake by marrying you without your permission, but I will make it up to you with my love throughout our whole life journey. What if I don't want to live with you? You really want me to die? We just met like 8 days ago. 8 days. I was obsessed with you at first sight and ready to turn everything upside down just to call you mine. She silently looked at him, reading his honest eyes. I was there just to attend the wedding but ended up getting married to you because you literally my mind and heart. So marrying me was your sudden plan. It's God's plan. And I think it's beautiful. Smiles came to their shining faces, an indirect confession of accepting the reality and work on it with honesty. Vine was at her mother's home. After mysterious death of her father, her mother became independent. She was now living a happy and healthy life as she always wanted. Mom, it was so delicious. Thanks to my special chef. Taeyang smiled with little bows, which brought a smile on mothers and daughters too. I'll do the dishes, you guys now take rest. Thank God, let's go, Mom. Era slided her hand into Taeyang's hand and both of them walked out. Wanyan looked at them with a smile and cleaned the mess of the kitchen. Later, she went to the living area with some snacks since they had a plan of watching the movie. Wanyan and Taeyang settled on the couch and her mother on the other one. Their laughter filled the living room following the jokes of the movie, and as time was passing, Taeyang was snuggling himself into her more and more. In those months, the relationship of them grew magically, turned loving and understanding. His efforts, love made a huge impact, and now they were together happily and loved. Taeyang. She glared at him, feeling his hand was sliding inside her shirt, but he cared less. Mom, my wife is sleepy. Okay, good night. With a wink, he took her in his arms and went to the bedroom. Placing her on the bed, he hovered over her and they enjoyed the good time. That was how their beautiful journey was going, with care, fights, immense love, and the addition of new life.